So here's what we talked about this week. We discussed how every person is an influencer. We just got to figure out what type of influencer are we. Are we a good influence or are we a bad influence? What type of people are we surrounding ourselves that are influencing us? And are we just going to tag on to how they act and be the same way? Or are we going to find Christ and be an influencer as Christ was? Jesus was the perfect influencer. He lived by example. A lot of people will talk, and we say, you need to do this, you need to do this. But their life that they're living out is nothing compared to what they're talking about. And so we explained how one of the biggest things is your actions will speak louder than the words. Don't be a hypocrite, in other words. Don't say one thing and do the opposite. One of the other things we talked about, and then we went through the whole, almost every verse in James talks about being humble and not being proud, and how important it is, if you're going to be a good influencer, you need to be a humble person and not walk around with a chip on your shoulder all the time. At the end of the day, this is what we talked about, is are you the influencer that you think you are? We asked the questions, when people describe you, what do they say? And we traced our hand, and then we wrote the words of different things that people might say about you, your best friend, a complete stranger, your pastors, or what is 5 things that if you can only do 5 more things in your life, or 5 things for the rest of your life, what would they be? And then at the end I asked them how many people wrote Jesus down, and no one did. And so here's what I encourage you to be thinking about, everyone should be thinking about, is are you living your life as Christ wants you to live? Are you influencing to the point where people are saying, man, that person has Jesus. Man, that person always talks about Jesus. Man, he has something about him or her that just makes me want to learn about Jesus. That is the type of influence I want to be. That's the type of influence I pray that all of our students are going to start grabbing a hold of and want to be. Is that people describe us as Christians, that we want to be Christ-like, that we want to do what Christ did. So hey, this week, be thinking about that. That's what we learned in youth group this week. And be sure to sign up for Blueberry as well. If you haven't signed up, we only have 14 positions or places left. So if you don't sign up, you're going to miss out. So Blueberry Mountain, Winter Retreat, go to nlc.today and check it out. All right, see you guys soon.